Well, welcome back to Lebanon Channel 6 as we continue on the program today. As we said, this is National Mentoring Month, and we really couldn't think of, there are a lot of great organizations, so sometimes when you make a statement like this, I'll hear about it. But Big Brothers, Big Sisters goes back so long and is such a great organization. I want to welcome Tracy Osborne to the show today. She's in charge of public relations and recruiting for Big Brothers Big Sisters. Sitting next to her is a little, no, that's not his name is Christian, but he's Big Brothers, Little Brothers, he's a little. His name is Christian. And next to him is Greg Martin, and we're going to get a chance to talk to all of them. Greg and Christian are kind of matched together, and we'll hear a little bit about that story. Tracy, explain how long have you, a little bit of your background, how did you end up with Big Brothers Big Sisters?
Actually, I was a Big Sister when I was in high school, and I was with the Greater Cincinnati organization down there. And after that, through college, I've I pursued a marketing degree, and then once I graduated, I was looking for a job. And in the course of college, I kind of decided I wanted to do something with community work, if I could tie that in with marketing. And so when I saw an ad for Big Brothers Big Sisters, it was kind of like a perfect fit, and going back to, something I was familiar with and something I was used to, and I knew it was a good organization.
Are you from this area originally?
Yes, I actually live in Mainville. I was raised in like Mainville, Landon, Loveland area.
Oh, okay. So this is very familiar to you at all.
Definitely.
How long have you been with Big Brothers Big Sisters?
Just over a year.
Okay. Explain what Big Brothers Big Sisters is. And I can't imagine, but there are people who don't know.
We are a mentoring organization that it's nationwide. Big Brothers Big Sisters of America is kind of the overseeing organization. And then we have smaller agencies, which is what Big Brothers Big Sisters of Warren and Clinton County is. And basically what we do is we place youth like Christian with mentors, which we call bigs, so bigs and littles. And basically it's a one-on-one mentoring program, and they are matched. We have two programs here locally. It kind of depends from agency to agency. Our school-based and our community-based program. Christian and Greg are an example of our community-based match, and that is something they meet once a week for 2 to 4 hours a week usually. And they kind of set which time they want to meet each other, and Greg will usually pick them up and they can go out and do different activities. School-based program's a little bit different, and that's once a week for an hour a week. And with that, it is something that is, the big goes to the little school. Actually, it's like a site-based program. So that's nice for them. And in both programs, we have professionals that kind of oversee the match, make sure if there's any problems, anything going on. They meet every so often to set goals and things like that as well.
How many children are served by the program each year? And I'm assuming locally that you know of. I don't know how big it is nationwide.
As far as our program currently, we do have right now, depending on each program, there's, I believe, 43 matches in the community-based program, and I think 49 in the school-based. But then we do have kids waiting as well, and so the number of our waiting kids in our community-based program is right now at 66 waiting total. So it's quite a large number.
That's huge.
And we do every once in a while, probably like once, twice a year, we do have activities for our waiting littles. Where we just invite them specifically. Sometimes we'll do it with larger groups, maybe like a sorority, something like that.
We talked about the community-based and the school-based, and we're going to talk about that school-based a little bit later. What do you look for in a big brother, big sister?
Really, you don't have to be some superhuman person. It's just somebody that is a good role model, someone that, has done something in life. It's someone that feels committed to the program, feels like they can commit. But pretty much, it's someone that's just kind of your average person, someone that can be a good role model for a kid to look up to. Sometimes it just depends on, the kid's need. A lot of times they're from single parent homes, so they just need an extra adult, someone to kind of show them the way, lead them down the right path in life, and give them a good example of something.
If somebody's watching today and they've thought, oh gosh, I've heard of that before, or I knew of the program, it's out of sight, out of mind, and now I'm thinking about it. What are they asked to do?
They
You
are
mentioned it, but
right.
elaborate
I mean,
on
it depends on the program. Basically, what they're asked though is to give, depending on community-based 2 to 4 hours, school-based 1 hour of their week to meet with their little. And really, I mean, with the school-based program, they just go there and hang out with them. You don't even have to, Greg can probably attest to it. You don't have to spend a lot of money on them in the community-based program. You don't have to go take them out every time and do something. Sometimes it's as little as just going to a park and hanging out, talking about things. Hey, how was your week? Do you have any questions for me? Something like that. A lot of times kids, as you grow up, obviously we all know you go through stuff that sometimes it's nice to have someone other than a parent to talk to.
I'm sure people are concerned about safeguards. What kind of safeguards are put into place?
Well, like I said, we do have the professional case managers that oversee everything, so that's always someone that's nice to bounce things off of if someone says something that someone's uncomfortable of the match. Beforehand, though, as far as the littles and the bigs are we do screening processes for the littles. It's more of to make sure that it's something that they want to do, and also kind of to find out their personality and what who they might like to be matched with and who might benefit them. For the bigs, there are safety things that they go through as far as background checks for the community-based program drivers checks to make sure they have good driving records, things like that. But then we also do, look at their personality, kind of where they live, and we match bigs and littles based on who we think will match well together.
So that's
and
pretty thorough.
And it's a very successful, our case managers are really great about matching people up.